Hello everybody, Fearmy Games with the next part of my Total War Rome 2 using the Divide at Pergamon campaign as the Kingdom of Cimmeria. Last episode we took Tarsus. Tarsos? Tarsus. Let's just say Tarsos. Just makes it sound more dramatic. From the Seleucids. We decided to take that one to try and prevent mutual enemies of the Seleucid the enemy of my enemy from taking Tarsus from ourselves when while we focused on Antiochia. But so we took it quite easily. In fact, minimal losses. I think we'll be ready in about a turn to actually, we'll be ready in a turn to actually attack again. And then we'll take Antiochia. We'll take that. Hopefully keep pushing and taking out the whole Seleucid Empire from there. We have to keep in mind our rivals from Egypt. We've cut off Pergamon from getting to them, at least without getting through us. So the big concern is going to be right now the Egyptians, I think, and how fast they start taking territory compared to how fast we can take territory. So we have an army in Phraaspa besieging it. We have not taken it yet, but we are, because the reason why we haven't taken it is that there is an enemy army in here along with a very healthy looking garrison. This is the Athena's faithful, who we actually lost a battle to previously. Part of me is tempted to retreat and then take on Zak. The weakness of that strategy is that we would be weakened, but the strength, and they would, but I'm thinking of doing that anyways. So what so we're gonna do is actually, let's retreat from that battle. Let's leave and go towards Ganzak. Let's break siege. Let's break siege, and then we're gonna go over to Ganzak over here. Oh, there's the Athena's. Wait, what? How are the Athena's faithful here when they were just there? Wait, were they actually a reinforcing army and not? Oh my, they're just a reinforcing army. Oh my god. Then that would have been so easy to take. But I thought they were. I thought like I just couldn't see them in the city. But no, they were actually not in the city. They were just nearby. That's annoying. So do I wait a turn or do I attack now? I'm going to wait a turn. That'll also allow some public order to go positive in Tarsus. So it's not the end of the world for me. I actually had money to spend. I should have used some of that. Probably. Oh well. One thing I need to do is I need to build some actual like food places. I have a lot of grain pits, not a lot of actual food stuff. So I think I'm going to start, now that Tarsus already has a grain pit, I think I'm going to demolish the one in Sambosata and go for a farm that has just better production. In the short term, it'll cost me some problems. They wanted military access, I denied them. I know why they wanted military access, because I cut them off from attacking the Seleucids, but still. If you're not going to give me an alliance offer at the very least, I'm not going to give you military access. I don't want people, just random armies walking through my territory. That's just a prelude to invasion. 1 second. I'm back, sorry about that. So it looks like there's lots of scouts and stuff like that from Sinope. I wonder if they're going to try and invade. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Amasia is I think we're going to be pretty good at holding its own, but you know, who knows? I think in Samosata I actually do want to demolish the other building there too. So I got a query to get some nice money making opportunity there if I wanted that. There's already let's see, so this is not Samosata, this is Tarsus. So we go for local agora, which was what I just demolished. There's the homestead, which is we already have one there. Building another one's at the end of the world though, if I wanted to. So this is a reduction in building costs. Is this faction wide or is this in the local area? Because if it's in the local area, not the end of the world. But if it's bigger. Could be nice. See, workshop. If I wanted to build a workshop here, if I wanted to, that would allow me to get a bit more building stuff. How much that's worth it right now? Building this one, honestly, in Tarsus is not a bad idea because I think I can max it out even in a smaller city. The reason why I think it's not a bad idea to build it here is on top of the grain pit stuff here. It also is the border town, so having a good garrison there is actually a pretty good idea. So I'm going to build that there. When it comes to this one, so this one's good. This one's actually cancel that. Okay. So I'm going to just make sure this is an irrigated ditches then. It's wasted some turns to do it, but I think it's going to be valuable. Because I think that's the most amount of food you can get, right? So then this gives you some livestock stuff, but I don't really think that's all that useful. Increases banditry, but not quite as much. Gives us some livestock. As trade stuff. That's not a bad thing. Gives me more wealth. Let's go for cattle pens then, instead. Slightly less food, but more money. We do like money, after all. Alright, so we're going to besiege the settlement. It only has a garrison, army, garrison, fleet. And I think our army is better for taking the walls than their army is for holding the walls, so I'm not that worried about it. We'll probably wait 2 turns so we can have 4 siege towers, though we can always go for a 3rd turn maybe, but I think it's best not to stay too long. So the rebel army is getting a little bit bigger. I don't know how strong the garrison is in Samosata, but I'm not going to try and risk it for the biscuit. So I'm going to keep sending this army over to deal with that rebel army until it's dead. Crown, meanwhile, now that I've deleted the Agora, I think I'm going to build in its place. I could, if I wanted to have a decent foreigner population, I could make a Persian settlement that would keep some of the Persian influence here so I can keep recruiting them. But let's just build a quarry for more money. But I could always just make instead. Considering its position. Nah, let's leave it as is. Honestly, Tushpa should probably be, once it becomes Greek, Hellenized, I say we should make it into the capital. So Athena's faithful. If we attack Athena's faithful, we'll be surrounded by 3 armies. So, and look, and this army is actually brilliantly located. I would not have considered this as a possibility. It's located in such a way that attacking either one will promote the other guy to promote the other ones to fortify it. That's not something I considered a possibility, but I wonder if that will allow me to attack. I intend to take, so I think I can now attack Phraaspa. Now that I sabotage its movement, I think now I can attack Phraaspa without it being able to support it, I think. No, it can still support it. Dang. How about over here? How would if I attack Ganzak? Same exact situation then. Alright. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start if we could potentially start raiding them, I guess. Yeah, I think next turn we're gonna start raiding them until they attack me. Fortunately, this does buy them time to get stronger. Is my only concern. Would have been better if I move this army over here, but I do need to make sure that rebel army doesn't actually get anything productive done. I do have the money at this point where I can actually start making yet another army, so I think I'm going to start doing that. Let's see, is there anything I can afford to upgrade? Or I guess I can say not afford to upgrade. So that one is something I want to. The armor is definitely something I want to build, even though it does affect my public order quite a lot, actually. It's a problem. But I think it's what's gonna need to happen. Oh, apparently I can upgrade this. I keep forgetting to upgrade that to the settlement, man. Alright, let's end turn. You're not an army, right? You're just a governor. And I can't recruit another army, can I? Yeah, I'm 6 out of 6, so I can't make another army. So let's just end turn then. Yeah, that positioning of the settlements makes definitely a very interesting defensive location. You can defend up both settlements. and have them both support you if you're the one who's under attack. I definitely can't afford to be the. I can't afford to attack the army itself. So the only way to really counter that would be 2 armies of your own, or 3 armies. One or 3, like 2, at least 2 armies together. One to besiege one of the settlements, the other one to attack the main army. That way you could attack the other 2, the settlement and the garrison, with 2 armies of your own against 2 armies, make it equal fight. Or 3 armies where you besiege both settlements, and then you basically attack the army with the 3rd one, and thus you are winning that way. So it's like a lot of things that could happen there. So I think this army's just got to wait there. I'm going to set it to raiding stance out of range of the settlements, and that way I can make some money off of it, cause some problems for them, but okay, and then wait for this other army to finish dealing with the rebel army. And once the rebel army's dead, move it back over eastward. Raid of Artemis has been completed. Oh, quarter minus too. Dang. Alright, so we're gonna move. But I was hoping that army sabotage thing would have been enough to stop him, but fortunately not the case. What can you do if I sent you back? You can assassinate people. Okay. What do you do if I sent you to the town? So I could sabotage the settlement. Reveals. That doesn't really seem all that useful. Alright, so we're going to fall back here, outside of reinforcement range. And then we're going to go into raiding. Oh, we don't have enough movement to go into raiding, do we? Oh, we didn't have enough movement. We went a little too far. Oh, well, let's go to fortify stance. That way, in case he attacks me, we'll be ready for him. Meanwhile, this army is now in position to deal with this rebel army, which still is weaker than mine, I believe. Yeah, it's a very weak army, actually. We'll just be able to auto-resolve it, especially with the support of the backup army. We'll auto-resolve it, that way we can get it faster back towards the main army, and it should be able to replenish. A little bit more damage, I think, than if I had run it, but oh well. Let's get this temple to Artemis upgraded. 10 turns to go. Okay. Got that upgraded to increase public order, especially because that army's about to leave, so public order will go down. This one is slowly being converted. It's slowly but surely. It was 99% when we first built that, now it's 74%. Eventually that'll be fully Greek. It'll be Hellenized, I say. Hellenized. There's no governor over here, but there's a governor here, right? What do I have for you? Import food. I didn't know we actually did that. But let's just sell slaves for more money. And oh wait, I just public order situation. Well, the public order situation's fine. We don't really need to sell slaves, but let's see. I'm just tax harvesting. Let's just get some money out of this population while we're here. Do I have any commercial buildings? That's manufacturing, so not the same thing. Okay, we'll get that. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, so it'll take about 3 turns for this unit army to be replenished, but not the end of the world. 1 more turn and this army will be able to attack. But I do have an upgrade, apparently. It is for the general. I'll increase his replenishment rate, so hopefully people are replenished that much faster. And then I think I'll go for morale for all units. I do like that one, but some of this stuff isn't necessarily as useful as they seem. Let's see, I like this one. Let's start going for this one. And then let's move this army up and around eastward. back east to help with the war efforts. Let's see what Athena's faithful will do now. I can do an army sabotage, which just can remove the movement, but I don't really think there's any point to doing that right now. So I'm going to send her back out to scout to see if there's an additional enemy army or something of that nature coming back. Over here, there is an army over here, so... But he does not seem to be going in this direction. I'm going to move him here, get a better idea of the situation overall. And solutions, you have to be a lot more careful. And their armies are equal to our armies, and in some ways better. And they are a lot bigger than us, and have more armies. So this is definitely a lot harder of a war than against Armenia. But the benefit is they have more enemies than just us. Which means that the Seleucids have to spread, even though they may have more armies than us and are equal or better than ours, they have to spread them out a bit more. While we only have them as our enemy, so we just need to focus on one direction and one direction only. Ooh. So, okay. I wonder if hopefully when we take the city, or maybe the whole province, hopefully that's when we get we can get another army started, because I definitely need more of an army started here. Because, moving two of my armies together, or making sure we can keep up with our expanding borders, because our borders are getting wider and wider, really, as we expand. We were expanding into a choke point originally. Now we're expanding into a wide area where historically lots of movement happens. Let's see, what is the situation politically? Because I have not been paying attention to my politics enough. I need to increase your loyalty. Secure your loyalty too. Alright, we skirted the two lowest ones and they increased their loyalty for us. So that's good. So the money here will slowly start to increase over time with this army dealt with. We're going to go around over Phraaspa to try and assist with the situation there. Let's start raiding to make some extra money from this area. I mean, the other option would be to send this army south here and then take Edessa and basically pressure them over here while this army kind of keeps the enemy occupied on this side. That is a strategy we could follow. It'll make it so we could conquer this western area a lot faster and play a little bit more defensive in the east. I don't dislike that idea, actually. I think we'll change gears a little bit. One turn until that arm. So 1 to 2 turns, this army is fully replenished, and let's attack. This settlement shall be ours. To battle, men! To battle! I totally should quick save just in case of a crash, but hopefully it doesn't crash. It hasn't crashed yet, so let's hope it doesn't happen. In Rome, you long for the country. In the country, oh, constant, you praise the distant city to the stars. Horace, Roman poet. During the last years of the Republic. Or actually, it might have been the end. No, during the last year of the Republic. I think there's still a Republic during that timeline. I believe that the Republic was officially ended, at least according to the historical agreement. Historian agreement is about, I think, 32 BC, or BC, before Christ or before Common Era, depending on which one you subscribe to. Because I believe that's when the Roman Civil War ended, and Octavius was the undisputed ruler, essentially, of Rome. I think it was about 32 BC. I hope all of mine can fit on these walls. I don't want spearmen on the walls. I think it would be better to have all my swordsmen on the walls. Main reason being that... main reason I think that's the better option is that my Galatians are better against Cav, so I want to make sure any Cav I deal with will be saved. And I think my swordsmen are better against enemies with spears on the walls, because they can't be in hoplite formation anyways. Let's see, I think there's one more here. Melee warriors ready for battle. Alright. Start this battle off. Actually, there's an extra ladder thing here we can grab. Okay, that would allow me to. Let's see, do they have any archers up here? They do have some archers. I want to save my archers and not really want to waste them if I can help it. Though, maybe moving up 1 unit, 2 units might be useful. Maybe 3 units. Is there a loose formation? I forget in this game. No, there's no loose formation, looks like. Alright, now we have another set of ladders moving forward. So all of our Galatian swords are going to be engaged. So that should give us a very... We'll be able to hopefully just swarm the walls and take it over without any difficulty. Leaving our spearmen ready to hopefully reinforce them and be ready for when we have to do with any cav. So it looks like hoplites? No. Greek Marines. And then we have Marine Archers, more Marines, and more Marines. So it looks like none of the hoplites are on the walls, from what I could tell. I think based on the base positioning, I've avoided them being in range of the towers, so at least they're equal in terms of ammunition problems. Well, it looks like a couple of them are being hit by the towers, unfortunately. Oh well. Fire at will! I don't like that guy. I probably made that joke way too many times, but I still enjoy it. This notification from work. Okay, nothing useful for me. Okay. So archers are now we've sent half of our archers up a little early to try and get them in position. Let's start moving our spears up slightly. Looks like we destroyed the artillery, which is good. Thankfully, in this game, our troops don't get crushed by the siege tower. They just phase right through it. Looks like these guys are still being clipped by the arrow tower way over there. Unfortunate, but nothing you can help about that. And we did force the enemy off the walls on this section with our archers, so that's actually even better for us. It means enemies have given up the walls to us. Is this going to collapse? This might collapse. Let's see, 55%. Okay. It's not in the death spiral yet. Maybe might not get there if it goes fast enough. Come on. You can do it. You can make it. Make it! Make it! Yes, I think they're gonna make it. I don't think they've hit the death spiral threshold yet. Eventually there is a death spiral threshold with fire damage, but I don't think they've hit it yet. Oh, come on, you can do it. At the very least, they're taking aggro from all of our other ones, so benefits and negatives, just to be sure. I would not want to be in that thing, I could safely say, even if it's not yet in the death spiral. Come on, faster, faster, men, faster. It's almost at the death spiral. Ugh. It's gonna be a close one there. Alright, we're fighting on the walls now, buckaroos. We have very much superior numbers up here. And let's take these archers up on the walls. Actually, stop. Hold the walls. The enemies are coming up. Let me order these guys to. Let me change my orders of these guys. Let's keep them down here. We have to hold the walls. Hold the walls, men. We've deactivated the gates. We're being under attack on this flank, though, so we have to keep that in mind. Make sure we don't overextend ourselves. The enemy's coming up on the walls now. I'm going to start positioning our troops behind where I'm going to have them reinforce. They're getting something we like to call some smoke inhalation problems, you know? Okay, so you guys... So we're gonna basically take the gatehouse landing issues. Now we just need to make sure we maintain what our current lead on the walls. Let these guys deal with what the guys on the walls. Yeah, the enemy units are losing decisively. They're not built for this kind of combat. Oh, they're trying to also send their pikemen up there too. That's even better for us, because pikemen can't really use their pikes on the walls, so... I'm gonna push these guys up a little bit. Admittedly, we are assisting in the chaos by, you know, what we're doing right now, but still. This unit, which one's this one? This one. Charge out and attack. This is the time for us to start dealing with the enemies and trying to, you know, secure our place off of the walls. Alright, which one's this one? Right now, we're a bit packed into like sardines, so which will make the lives of the enemy a lot easier. Should we have to go down or wait, why can't I go down this way? That's weird. Okay, nothing I can do about that, I guess. So the fight over here is going on. Combat's even. Maybe I should send these swords instead to assist over here. Kill that flank for us. Your job's here to deal with these guys then. This one is able to get reinforcements, so maybe I'll attempt to send some guys up there to help. Even though it's not the safest space to be. What's going on over here? So we can get some guys up on the walls, that'd be great over here. Get our Threo spears up here. I think having too many units is actually going against us now. due to the way that the morale works. It's going against the enemy as well, but it's going even worse for us. Our guys by nature do not have the best morale. So everything on the walls needs to just deal with. What are you doing? What? Why can't you attack? Why can't I order you to attack? There we go. Maybe use my Thraio spears to try and supplement this flank over here. On the bright side, they're starting to run out of units they can throw up here on this side. Over here, and also units over here that they can really throw up effectively. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to order these guys up here to attack up here. They're going to go up the damaged siege tower, but it's not that way they can break the enemy formation here and weaken them and hopefully kill them off. That's my hope there. Over here we had a unit that's broken, but it's stuck. So it's actually becoming more of a problem so it's becoming a bit of a hindrance in multiple ways. Alright, now that should honestly help us to break these guys. Now they're being, quote, flanked. Just annoying spam from work. Those are the broken guys now. I'm keeping these guys here just in case the enemy tries to do some shenanigans over here. Keep them honest, you know? Keep up the fight! Now these Greek Marines don't have have a better defense stat but worse attack stat than us. So, let's see. Our guys are so spread out right now. Jesus. Alright, we've broken everything on the walls. Actually, no, let's make this a bit more organized. The enemy here kind of has to be cut through now, but we should hopefully be able to break through them and get down on the wall down below here. Attack! I like how they're shattered, so they magically brought their spears up here. It's kind of funny. They're doing a great job over here. Units considered winning, which is surprising. It's now being flanked by 2 units. I would think it being flanked would make it a little bit worried, but now it's actually now it's somehow even more confidence victory. I don't quite see how it does that, but good on you, I guess. Here, let's get these guys a bit more organized before we send them down. I want to make sure they're like get them. They're a little tired, I imagine, for all this fighting. Oh, they get to throw their javelins too. Perfect. That's actually sending these guys up onto the walls. So, better for us, then. So let's let this unit deal with it. Let these guys rest. Over here, meanwhile, I don't know why the guys are so spread out. They're not fighting anything over here. But they're not all like engaged on this one Marine unit. Even though no matter how many times I tell them to do that, they move forward slightly every time I order them to attack. I think all of my archers have run out of ammunition, maybe? No, not all of them. I can now take the walls with these guys. I'm keeping these guys just here to reserve in the reserve right now. So they have a light phalanx unit who are holding the entrance. Are they going to come up or are they going to go up? Or are they staying down there? And I was trying to throw some javelins. Meanwhile, you guys... I'm going to send you guys to attack while they're distracted. What's going on over here? Are they sending more people up on the walls? Looks like that may be the case. So let's start engaging some more troops up here. Meanwhile, we're just going to keep these guys here. Just keep an eye on the enemy. That one's going to break soon. What's going on right here with these guys? Sending the first unit of swords up here. We're going to get these guys a little bit more position to try and take the walls down here. I think we have some extra space. Looks like these guys are breaking, unfortunately. Alright, what's going on over here? We won on this flank. We need to send you guys to deal with these guys. Here, we're going to secure the ground over here. I'm nervous to do that, but it might be for the... Well, actually, maybe we'll just hold this flank with you while you go to attack those guys. Dang it, you broke. Useless schmucks. No wonder your people were conquered. Let's start sending some folks to assist down below. Since we don't yet hold the gates... We'll have to deal with this problem like as it is right now. But how did you break? How did you guys break? What? You guys were barely harmed. You guys have almost barely touched. How did you break? You're fighting in a one-on-one. The fact that these guys broke makes no sense.
Spearman, ready for orders. Ready and waiting. Ready for orders.
It looks like we're not going to be able to punch through that flank, unfortunately. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep these guys up here in position and ready to go. We're gonna keep these guys here to hold position. Keep the walls in place for us. Yeah, I guess it was my mistake to send my guys up there if they were gonna just come anyways. Now my guys are able to face them on even turf, even actually with an advantage, because they should be What are you doing? The enemy's right there! Where are you going? What the hell was that about? So now we're destroying the gate. We should have honestly done this a little earlier, but I didn't think we would need to. If I'm being honest with you.
At the ready. Step archers. Be on guard. Missile warriors.
Let's see, so what's going on over here? So our guys are winning now over here. When these guys are dead, we should be able to push into the Marines, and we'll have secured this flank. A little bit too high of a cost, I think, but that was more of a my bad situation. With this destroyed, I think we win the battle because they don't really have anything that's strong enough to hold us left on the ground. The big thing that was causing this problem was getting our units off of the walls, but now we should be able to just push in and kill them. Kill. Just because the unit they have like across the gate is an archer unit, so I could just charge my cavalry through them, get behind them, and then deal with them that way. That unit just broke because of my archers, which means when these units break, my Threo spears have a perfect flank in which to deal with the enemy. We'll just have to take a little slow for now. Looks like they're trying to send some enemies up here, I think. I could be wrong. No, I don't see anybody coming up here yet. Let me move these guys up a bit. Alright, gate's been destroyed. Here, now part 2 of plan. We're gonna get these guys up on the walls. And then we're gonna send them down the walls while we engage. So the last one with the ammunition is this guy here. Is this the capture point or just a thing? Or victory point? Capture point. Okay. The victory point must be further along. Probably that one right there. Yeah, there's the victory point. If they can get there fast enough, that should actually stop the cap from being able to actually hurt them at all. This is the buffs that you get from being, because it slows down enemy movement, which would affect it, which also counts as the enemy horse charge as well, which is perfect for us. That one definitely did not look like a good charge. I could be wrong. Some other Greek cavalry has a lot of kills, even though I don't know from what. Unless these get these have missiles, so maybe that's what got kills. I think these guys should win it, especially now that they've made the mistake of positioning themselves in such a way that my archers can now come into play very easily. When these guys are up on the wall, I'm going to start ordering them down the walls on the other side. What's going on over here? Considering they're only shock cavalry, they're doing surprisingly effective against my spearmen here. But there we go. Now they have to deal with the archer fire too into their flanks. That should put it into our favor. As for these guys, I'm actually going to order these guys off the walls and order these guys onto the walls. I actually completely forgot about them. Might be too little too late if I'm not fast enough. And now those guys are trying to take a lot more damage. Combat's still even though, and they still have good morale. Our guy is now winning. Perfect. Even better if we get those guys off the walls. Meanwhile, over here, I'm gonna start ordering these guys now off the walls and get into position to hopefully distract the enemy a little bit. If they distract the enemy enough, perfect. Charge. Wait, no, wait. Wait. I think they're about to send their phalanx infantry up. Are you about to do this big mistake? Alright, what's going on over here? Alright, victory is ours against the cavalry of the enemy team here. Distract the enemy. We have them flanked. Where are you guys trying to go out and fight? There's like openings right here you could go through, right? Thrail, Spearman. You do know there's more that you can do than just be where you are. I guess not. And these guys will be wiped out soon enough, and then we can go in for even further of a flank. Like our archers know more about how to get off the walls than our spearmen do. Look, they're just running around like their heads off. Like, what do you mean we can get off the walls? That's not allowed. I think they're probably running themselves ragged to try to figure out how to get off the walls. That's kind of funny, actually. The enemy's officially been surrounded now. Meanwhile, over here, I'm gonna have these guys just and then run past and then get a nice flank off to break these guys to finish them off faster. These guys are doing a good job of concentrating their fire. Let's do it like right there. And we'll have our abilities back up soon. Finish them! Alright. Slaughtered. Nice job, guys. Alright, let's finish them off. The enemy does have a nice beefy unit of spears, but thankfully their back is not really facing in the an effective way. Let me get these guys better positioned again. Fix them up a little bit. Looks like the Marines are about to break, which is very good for us, but that means there's just one unit left of the enemies. Alright, let me stop them from firing now. I don't want them to accidentally kill the entire party, you know? I'm surprised this guy hasn't broken into army losses. Oh, oopsies. I almost caused a problem there.
Quick march!
Let me keep these guys out of the battle, though. Alright, let's speed things up now. In melee combat. Maybe I'll happen to find that there's more enemies than I give credit for. Yeah, the power of the Greeks is being shown right here, especially specifically the phalanx is even being flanked and completely outnumbered. They're holding strong. These guys are getting rested now, which is good. Good. At least they're their backs against walls, so maybe that's what's helping them survive a little bit more. Well, we're capturing this while we're waiting. We're capturing this little capture point here. Might help affect their morale faster as well. If they lose it, yep, there we go. They lost that, and now these guys break. But considering the battle's not over, that must mean the enemy still has units left. So what I'm going to do is with every unit left, I'm going to send these guys here to scout. Find what they can find. Fire if they can to kill it. We've now captured the gates! I'm gonna get them in a formation here. That way they can get a good charge off when the next part. They are tired. No surprise there. They were in a bit of a prolonged melee there. So let's get them nice and lined up. A heavy phalanx unit right there. That means we need to send our cap this way. We need to hold that flank. I can walk, I think, and speed things up, I believe. Actually, I'm gonna have these guys run. These guys can walk, though. I need them to be tight, rested, and stuff. We need to make sure the melee troops are there in time, though. Now, start firing. Weaken the generalis. Weaken with as many arrows as you can the silver shield thorax pikemen. Once my horsemen are in position here, I'm gonna charge them. Or actually, when my archers out of ammunition, might as well try and soften them as much as possible. Yeah, they lost one unit now. Come on, archers, I believe in you. Soften them up for me. Let my guys get some rest in, too. My archer apparently had a lot more ammunition than I gave credit for. It's definitely softened them up. Alright. Then we'll engage with these two guys. They'll take a lot more damage than they need to, but they're going to be the ones who basically keep the aggro for my cavalry to then rear charge them up the butt and finish them off, basically, is what the plan is. So as I said, ordered my calf to charge, I'm going to order these guys to charge. I'm going to order them to stop, then order to charge. Basically keep the attention of these pikemen on us over here. Now we go. That was actually honestly the most ideal thing for us because they were not ready to receive a charge from these guys. which meant that now we get a nice flank off on them. To finish them off. Finish him! Alright, he will not hold off long enough. He has been defeated. Victory is ours. We lost a lot of men, but we lost a lot of Galatian swords. More than we would have done if I was a little bit better. I was hoping it looked like the phalanxes were not going to be going up the wall, so I tried to send my Galatians down to deal with them if possible, but they just got beat up. They did a lot of work. They killed a lot of units, and they got peppered with a bunch of arrows, which weakened them. Then some of them broke, and breaking usually on the walls when you're attacking usually gets you killed, which is basically what happened to any of my units that broke. Is they just got obliterated. One of my archers got killed off completely. Damn, did not even notice that happened. I wonder which unit. Oh, that was probably the one that I sent to tack down below. I think that's what that one is. I should still be able to rebuild the army because this is the same region as Samosata, which means I can build. Which means I can make more Galatians. Or at least I should be able to, unless it's city instead of province-wide. I'm pretty sure it's province-wide, though. Seleucia is now ours. The centaurs are victorious. Now we've secured a port into the Mediterranean. Victory. So grip of nymphs, grove of nymphs, it's good. A dry dock is fine with me. I do like the amphora. But I'm not a big fan of the public order problems that brings along with it, so I'll have to deal with that. But we are victorious. And we have some new traditions to provide. So right now, we can do bonus missile damage inflicted by missile units, or plus 3 shots per minute for all units. Or bonus melee weapon damage inflicted by spearmen. I'm not going to get that one. But I've got too specific for an army where I don't really have a lot of hoplite units. Same with that one, really. So I think what we're going to do is getting accomplished skirmishers for now. And then start recruiting new units. We can get elephants! I like that. I am a big fan of that. We got Syrian heavy archers. We now have a real archers team. I say real archers, but we always had real archers, but we now have better archers. So basically, these guys, do they do more damage at all? I assume not. Yeah, they actually do more damage. That uses up all my money to get this turn. So these ones, so let's compare. So we got our Galatian swordsman. What else can we recruit here? Galatian light calf. Don't need those really. War elephants is definitely what we want later on when we can afford it. I think the Galatians levies, I think, are my best levies for just being purely defensive. At least in the sphere department. I will get another unit of Galatian swords and replenish the rest of them. So we'll need to start disbanding some of our archers over here as well. Let's start doing that with our Scythians. Even though our Scythians are a little bit better. Let's do it with the Armenians first then. That will also give us some money to make up for stuff going on. So now we can send this guy over. We're going to send this guy to Edessa. Change of plans on that one. These guys raiding. Alright, we are good to go. Alright guys, one thing I'm going to do real fast before I do my end spiel is we have an edict issued, no problem. Actually, this new political appointment might be important. But is renew this year. This is patrician. Oh, a new faction encounter apparently. The Mamlakatan Saba. Newly captured regional bonuses. And settlement capture naturally. Alright, so we're gonna do this year in history. I'm gonna scroll through this one so you guys can read if you wish. Thank you guys so much for watching. We've conquered Anotochia. We haven't taken Phraaspa back yet, but that is a work in progress. So we will eventually get to it. We might actually start on the west and push east instead, and leave that army a bit more defensive at this point. Because they apparently Phraaspa and Ganzak make a very nice defensive location. Until I can at least afford until I can afford another army. So if you guys like the video, press that like button down below. Rumble for those of you on Rumble. Subscribe for more of my content, and I'll see you guys next time. And feel free to comment with any feedback.